I thought today was a good work day. I really liked the energy. Those guys had a great spirit. I thought it was very competitive. We got another opportunity with some of the young guys to go and get work, and I thought it was a cleaner day for the offense. Not perfect, but I thought they did some good things. In both phases on the ground through the air. We still had some opportunities that we left out there, but I thought I saw a good response. Just from that group. You had some physicality today. Got some good work. There in our special teams units, continuing to work on developing and building that, and overall I thought it was a really good practice for what we needed. Guys will have a couple of days with off from football. Obviously we still got school and all the things that they're doing there, but and then we'll come back on Saturday as our game week, Sunday. So we'll come back, we'll get quality work in our preparation for Duke, but I thought we took advantage of the last couple of days. And then one thing I do want to address as well, sorry to interrupt you, but unfortunately DJ Lundy is going to be out for the rest of the season, and he had obviously it's disappointing. DJ's a young man that has put a lot into the program. He's done just poured a lot into it, and he's been a really good player for us, a great teammate, but unfortunately he'll be out for the rest of the year due to injury, but he obviously he's still been very present here this week, helping some of these young linebackers, and grateful for who he is and what he's all about.
Going back to the young guys getting these opportunities, is the competition part of it what you're looking for? What are you looking for?
It's really competition, execution, communication. The things that might be keeping some of these guys from getting more in-game opportunities. I need to see the improvement in those areas. I'm not just going to throw somebody on the field because you like them or you try to keep them happy or any of those things. You got to go earn it. We got to know that it's putting us in the best position, right, to be able to have success. And I think when the door opens, are you going to be able to go out there and execute? Are you going to be able to go out there and be consistent? Because everything we do, whether it's offense or defense, if you have one guy operating different, it can cost everybody. And so you're just building that consistency is what I'm looking for. And yes, the competition, the response. When something goes good for them, how do they carry that to the next play? And then if something goes bad, how do they respond to it in the moment? So I think it's a really good test for them, and it's good work.
Is there some managing of the young guys who haven't yet broken through to play, in the sense of they see other guys, their peers, breaking through and playing, and they haven't, keeping frustrations on the wraps while they work towards trying to?
I hope anybody that's not playing gets frustrated. Because if you don't, that's then how important is it to you? But at the end of the day, frustrations. Where does that go? Where are you putting that? Where is that being applied? And I'm glad that so to say managing. You get opportunity, go and prove that you're ready for more. And it's I think that you look at a lot of positions. We've got very talented young players, and so I'm excited about the group. I'm excited about what the potential is. I'm excited about where they can be. But they got to also go and just continue to trust the work, trust the process, and I'm fired up about where it's heading.
You mentioned the ground game kind of got going a little bit more today. What was the key to the ground game success?
Well, we're just obviously looking at a couple different things throughout this week, and just continuing to try to establish a consistency. Some things that we're looking at, even just there's a total big picture where we got to be able to generate an element of being able to run the football, and that's been something that I've touched on, and it's just absolutely not been anywhere near to the standard of what we want. It's been pretty bad, and so we just have to go get better at it, and and like I said, it ties to every position because every position's involved in it. So you're just trying to have that cohesive approach to improvement.
As you and the staff hit the road the next couple of days, what's the messaging to recruits?
Same messaging. We're looking for the guys that are the right fit for us, that want to have an opportunity to come and be a difference maker. And I know it's quick. Anytime you lose a game, the first question, what does this do to your status? Like that. Like ultimately, if somebody's just coming here for the record, right? then that's probably not the best fit for them. If it's about the opportunity, what we do, how we do it. Obviously the continued the mentality of the guys that we want to be with the relationships and the development of the young men that we have. And I want guys that want to come in and be part of the solution. I've talked about that before, and that doesn't change. Like it wasn't any different, a year ago when you win 13 games in the regular season. Who's going to come make it better? And ultimately, if you have a disappointing start to the season, if things don't go exactly how you pictured it going, well, come be a part of the answer. And we've got a lot of guys that we're recruiting, a lot of guys that have a desire and an urge to come be that, because we've seen what that looks like before. Jared Verse, came here when we were a 5-7 team, and there's a lot of teams with better records that were recruiting him. He said, I know what I can bring, and it's worked out pretty good. Jermaine Johnson, we didn't, like I say, we won a lot of games with him. Some of these guys that have grown within this program, it wasn't. There was a lot of believing in what they could be and what they could do, and the growth in that process. So. I'm excited for the guys that want to come be a part of the solution and our improvement and where we're going.
I know you can't really control it, but does it feel like this team has been kind of hit hard by injuries compared to maybe? Yeah,
it's been the worst we've had. Since I've been here. I think we've played 6 games. We have 5 different starting offensive line lineups. That's not something you ever really want to see. And unfortunately, we've got more guys that out for the season in the first 6 games. Obviously, even going back to Destin in the spring. Jamari Howard. In the Jaden. You look at. Some of those guys that we're going to rely heavy on as the playmakers and things like that. It does open other doors, but it all has an effect.
Is it good to have some of those guys be around the team?
Absolutely, and it's my challenge to them was, what are you doing with today? What are you doing with? As we talked about that about DJ and every meeting, every practice. He's out there, he's talking, he's trying to pour in because he can still get better. And that's where you sit there, and it's all all parts of this game. There's the physical and there's the mental. And if you don't take advantage of the mental right now, then when you get the physical back, you're not going to be as far along as what you could be. And so that's my challenge to a lot of these guys.
It opens up an opportunity for somebody. Is that Omar Graham? Is that more reps for Blake or Juice? Or
those guys have been, been pushing, and Omar's probably coming off one of his best games. It wasn't perfect, but you definitely saw some flashes, making some plays in good moments. But Blake, obviously Cam Riley, continuing, Juice has been playing a lot. We'll see. DeMarco Ward, is that somebody that now gets an opportunity? Because he played a little bit and some on special teams, but we'll continue to evaluate that and where it goes.
Coach, with Hurricane Amila, which way how players are handling it, especially something like that.
Yeah, it's for a lot of guys that are in that Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, basically the whole west coast of the state. It's hard, and these guys, a lot of their families have come up, were evacuated to different parts of the state, and that takes a toll. And try to ask guys and follow up and double check on how them and their families are doing. But it's thoughts and prayers with everybody there in the west coast of the state, and it's been a hard season, a hurricane season as well, just for our state, and it's just one of those things that you can't control, but just praying for safety of everybody in the path.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.